Although we frequently keep dogs as pets, it is important to remember that they are descended from wolves. They might be domesticated, but dogs are animals at the end of the day. Moreover, many of them were bred for violent purposes such as hunting and home defense. It's no smaller wonder that 4 million people are bitten by dogs each year. That's why we came up with the list of the most dangerous dog breeds for this year based on the breeds that bite most often as well as which breed have the most fatal attacks attributed to them. With this list, you can avoid the risk of owning or being around dog breeds that are potentially harmful to you. Dangerous dog breeds are not necessarily the most aggressive breeds. A Chihuahua can be a very aggressive and territorial breed. That does not mean it's very dangerous. After all, the dog weighs fewer than 10 pounds in most cases, so it doesn't pose a threat to human beings. Instead, we have focused on creating a list of dogs that have both the potential for aggressive behavior based on the purpose for which they were bred as well as the physical size to be harmful. In other words, the willingness to get violent and the ability to harm people or other dogs are the things that make these the most dangerous dog breeds. Dogs can be socialized within home to be kind and loving, but they are always a part of domesticated animal that remains wild. Some dog breeds remain more aggressive because they were bred to be vicious hunting animals for generations. Others were rescued from a situation where they were socialized to be violent like fighting dogs. Also, not every home situation is good for a dog either. Studies have shown that some vicious dogs were raised by people exhibiting psychopathic tendencies, and those people became a dangerous influence on the dogs, resulting in poor outcomes. So when a dog with problems is introduced to small children, other pets, or people that cannot handle animals properly, then bad things happen. Determining the most dangerous dog breeds for 2022 is a matter of looking at dogs were responsible for greatest number of fatal bites over a period of time. Based on a collection of information from 2005 to 2017, we have compiled a list of dogs that are most likely to kill a person, making them the most dangerous dog breeds. Comparing this information with data about fatal attacks in 2021, we can draw conclusions about dog breeds to continue to be deadliest in the coming year. Although it should come as no surprise to most people who study dangerous dog breeds, the pit bull is the most dangerous dog breed. According to the aforementioned study, over a period of 13 years, the pit bull was responsible for 284 deaths, roughly 2 to 3 of all fatal dogs attacks in the United States. That is rather discouraging statistics when one considers that only 6% of all dogs in the United States are pit bulls. They were bred to be dangerous for generations as hunting dogs and fighting dogs, so it is no surprise these dogs continue to be a threat to this day. Another reason pit bulls are the most dangerous dog breed is that they have large bodies weighing up to 80 pounds, strong jaws, and great killer instincts. Human beings and other animals don't stand a chance against a pit bull. Still, many people insist these animals are merely a product of their upbringing and have loving pit bulls as pets. Before pit bulls came into the public consciousness as highly dangerous animals, Rottweilers were often considered the most dangerous dog breed in the world. These dogs can grow up to 25 inches tall and weigh 120 pounds or more and still be healthy. They have large bodies and a temperament that can turn foul in some situations. Specifically, the dog will become very friendly and protective of those in its household, but that protection is not extended to visitors. During the same interim, as we discussed with the pit bull, the Rottweiler was responsible for 5 fatal attacks, comprising 10% of all fatal attacks that were witnessed during that period in the United States. Rottweilers also have a dreadfully powerful bite that they know how to use to great effect. German Shepherds are working dogs that have been put to use in militaries and police forces in recent decades. The reasons for this choice are obvious. These are robust, intelligent, powerful, and dangerous dogs that can inflict deadly attacks on people. Weighing about 90 pounds and standing over 2 feet tall, the German Shepherd breed is perfect in curtailing human threats. The generational breeding into working dogs has been resulted in a highly effective tool. Unfortunately, this breed excels in aggression and territoriality and there were because of 20 deaths, about 5% of all dog bite deaths, and numerous non-fatal biting incidents. The only silver lining in this case is that this breed is highly trainable. Unlike their British counterparts, the American Bulldog is still a powerful working animal that has not been overbred to uselessness. Standing just shy of 30 inches high, they are thick, strong dogs that are very dangerous when they attack. During the 13-year study, American Bulldogs are responsible for 15 deaths, about 3.5% of all fatal attacks. Although that is not a large number, significant when one considers that this breed is rarely mentioned alongside some of the other dangerous dogs. Make no mistake, this breed has a harmful bite and the ability to jump high enough and hard enough to knock an adult flat on their back. Devoted, alert, and fearless are all terms that apply to the Bull Mastiff breed. And that is why people value them as pets. They will protect your home and yours. They might not enjoy the presence of outsiders, and that behavior has to be curbed at a young age to prevent attacks. Although attacks by bull mastiffs are relatively infrequent, the fact is that these dogs are so large that when they do attack a person or another animal, the damage is severe. They can reach 130 pounds and stand 27 inches tall or more. These dogs were responsible for 3.2% of all fatal attacks that occurred over the 13 years of study, representing just 14 deaths. However, when you consider the relative rarity of the animal in the US, it's a sign that the dog is dangerous. As we have said, you can socialize a dog to be kind and helpful in your home, but it's hard for them to ignore their instincts. So other factors can play a role in whether or not the dog is likely to bite you.